Hi guys, this is Lisa from Noproblam Consulting Agency. I'm the licensed immigration consultant of Canada. Today I'm going to go through the CELPIP test part 2, reading part 2. And I just want to make it a little more spicy. You know, as long as I'm teaching English, learning English is not fun, and also I want to be memorable. And as a part of my business, I'm not doing this to make any kind of money. It's more to the point where I want my clients to be able to get higher score in CELPIP, and they would be able to apply for their permanent residency sooner than any other clients that other consultants are dealing with. So this is a part of the free services I would like to propose to anyone who is learning CELPIP. So this is actually for like low-level English score cutoff, which is aiming for 5555. If you had studied CELPIP before, you would probably know in the reading part 1 and part 2 is relatively easier compared to part 3 and part 4. So definitely part 3 and part 4 feels more like advanced level, but let's just stick to the like beginner level, and as long as all you need is 5555, like don't sweat too much about getting right answer for part 3 and part 4, because that's going to make you feel very agitated, and also it will probably consume a lot of your time just learning a new vocabulary and etc. Don't get me wrong, like there is a way to go around it if you know how to pick the right answer. So without further ado, let's just get into the actual questions here. So basically this is part 2, and you'll be given 9 minutes to finish this part 2, and there are 2 things you need to pay attention. So one is how to read this brochure or flyer, or you call it a diagram, whatever you want to call it. So essentially both parts are quite important in a sense that they are going to be used for picking the right answer in the blank. Sometimes you don't even need to read this information in there, but you need to be able to understand where you need to look in the diagram to guess what the right answer for the blank area right here. Okay, so let's just skim it through. So we got Fort Robinson. It is built along a vital trading route in 1842. So we really need to know is what Fort Robinson is. So Fort Robinson served as a hub for the Robinson Trading Company. Okay, so this is a hub for the trading company. Visit today and learn the history and traditional 19th century Canada. So this could be a museum, this could be a flyer for their promo programs, anything. So does it sound like a tourist town perhaps? But let's see. So they got June 2nd free admission date, regular admissions, special tour and events, school programs. So they are providing multiple different things out here. Okay, then we don't even really need to get into all these details right now. You just need to have that simple idea of what Fort Robinson is and what they are trying to sell here. Okay, so when the subject line, it says to customer service, to Fort Robinson customer service. So this is someone who is interested in their program or their admission. His name is Richard Pascal, and then he's writing this email to the customer service of Fort Robinson. All right, so dear Fort Robinson customer service. Okay, so there comes the second most important part when it comes to finding an answer for part 2. So for you to be able to find the right answer, you need to be able to translate the whole sentence, including the sub-sentence, because that's how you get the contextual meaning of this letter. Okay, let's see. I went to Fort Robinson last week on August the 30th. As an avid hunter, I was looking forward to chance. Okay, so this is a really important part. It says, as an avid hunter. You might not know what avid is, but you know what hunter is. So I am a hunter. As a hunter, I was looking forward to. Okay, so when you think about if you're a hunter, what would you be looking forward to? Cook traditional food, use a traditional rifle, to learn local history, to wear historical clothing. So you're a hunter, what would you be looking forward to doing? Use a traditional rifle. If you don't know what rifle is, it would be a little bit of a problem, but a rifle is a type of gun. However, it was disappointed. Okay, he got disappointed. That's a shame. To find that option available due to and then that option was not available, and you need to know the reason why. So we have to go through this and then see where he can do that and then why it wasn't available. And as far as I'm concerned, I see there is fire a rifle. Okay, it's only for adult and it's all day, and with the guidance of certified professional, learn to load and fire a Sniper Enfield rifle. Okay, so let's see why it was not available. You don't know, but it's probably something to do with that information right there. Okay, so let's read it out. I was disappointed to find that the option available due to why would you not be able to do that? Because there was a birthday event, or because there was a cooking workshop, or because there was age restriction, or there was a site renovation. But then why wouldn't he able to attend that event? I had to come back to the diagram for this notice. It says August 3rd to September 30th, which is part of the date that he visited the Fort Robinson. Renovation on ground will restrict access to some area. All areas will be open in May or next year. So that's the clue. So there were two clues. You may think that like this would have been the age restriction, but you would not get this answer until you get to the bottom, like until you get to this sentence, the demonstration of what his employment is, which is French school teacher. And that's why the site renovation is the right answer for the question number 2. That was the primary purpose of my visit. Okay, and I had already paid the full price of blah to enter the ground, so that's why he went there, and then he must have paid whatever, full price of whatever. What do you think he would have paid? Let's see, $6, $10, $20, $30. So in order for you to enter the ground, what do you need to pay? You need to pay the admission fee. So the ticket price to be, to get into the ground, you have to pay one of these fees. But then you gotta understand, was he adult? If he was adult, he would have paid $10. He is the teacher, so he can't be a student, so he has to be adult. So we have to go with $10. That was interesting. So this is what makes CELPIP very interesting compared to other English tests, because it kind of tricked you and it doesn't give you the answers straight away until you get to the certain point of the sentence. And this one right here is associated with that answer key too. Make sure that you need to rethink twice. If you did not get these answers, then it's not the end of the world, but sometimes you probably need to think, hey, all this information are there for some reason. So when you read it out and you feel like, oh, that does not sound right, then you have just to rethink and go back up there and then just rethink that might be the reason why. So please don't fall for this. I mean, this was an easy question to make the answer right, but you'll get used to it. And I hope this lesson was good enough for you to kind of understand what CELPIP Part 2 is really all about. And please subscribe to my channel. That will be really, really helpful for me to make videos like this. And I hope to help you to your journey towards to becoming Canadian citizen.